Country vocalist Jason Aldean, you understand what's happening. He's confronting a lot of analysis over a video for his melody. Attempt that in a humble community. Yet the degree of shock coming from individuals that are agitated about that tune is so bizarre. When there are Kainzad, he's contacted multiple times about following through with something. And I've told him before that I'd very much want to accomplish something with him. Jason Aldean sends another unnerving admonition about Hollywood. Hi everybody, I trust you're prepared to fulfill your Hollywood tattle sweet tooth, since the present show took shameful and charming to an unheard of level. This Simply in Hollywood has had their quills unsettled by Jason Aldean's melody. Attempt that in a modest community, which has ignited an all-out discussion on whether it suggests bigoted undercurrents. It has gotten heat for bigoted favorable to weapon verses, and has now been named a cutting-edge lynching. The titles are detonating like firecrackers on the 4th of July. And it's a hard and fast superstar fight, as everybody takes sides. Yet the inquiry is, are the verses truly as cursing as the Media Foundation has described them? Or is this some ploy by Hollywood elites to cover a tune that talks so unreservedly about networks meeting up and safeguarding each other? My kindred tattle devotees, this appears to be alarmingly like the Sound of Opportunity episode. And we want to make quick work of this discussion. Put your ostentatious investigator caps on. And we should bring our inward Sherlock Holmes out to play. So what's the tea on this frightening new admonition? However, the tune was truly delivered in May 2023. It just collected consideration after the music video was delivered upon the arrival of the video on July 14th. The melody hit #1 on the bluegrass music diagrams, and is as of now moving at #2 on the worldwide outlines. To put the clincher, it is the most watched video in the music class of YouTube. On account of the debate, it resembles shrewd promoting at its best, producing smart buzz and dazzling consideration. So why goodness, for what reason did Bluegrass Music TV CMT eliminate the video from Revolution? My glittery magnifying lens has found that the items in the music video have caused a commotion by portraying riots, plundering, and defacement. Yet what appears to be focusing is the scrap where Jason Aldean acts before Maury District Town Hall in Tennessee, which was the site of an eerie race revolt in 1946. As though this weren't sufficient to fuel the tattle discharge, they additionally raised the occurrence in 1927, when a dark 18-year-old named Henry Cayode was lynched before similar town hall. The media is serving this stunning history example up front on each stage, leaving everybody in dismay. Our kindred bluegrass music star, who was granted down-home music specialists of the 10 years, is by and large savagely dropped by Hollywood elites, trying to stir up misgivings about their own sketchy activities in regards to prejudice and savagery. Jason has a message, Hollywood has their reaction, and we're hanging around for the exhilarating ride, tattle darlings. But at the same time, we should raise a toast to the force of music igniting conversations and keeping us engaged. Supernatural verses that take a lance to all cultural standards, observing his hub of vigilantism. First up, we have this extreme line: carjack an old woman at a red light, threatened to use a weapon on the proprietor of an alcohol store. Jason's verses are taking us on an exhilarating excursion through the grittier side of life. These verses give a crude look into America's spirit, unfurling as a Hollywood activity film shows some signs of life. Yet hang on closed ears, since he's not finished at this point. Jason has more back converse with praise. This punchy line well, attempt that in an unassuming community, perceive how far you make it, not too far off. Gracious, the shade is genuine. He's getting down on those enormous city shenanigans and telling us that modest community people don't play around. I can basically hear the city ladies sizzling in their seats. Currently, quit walking forward and backward, snatch your margarita and sit down on the grounds that the tattle grapevine is abuzz with the sound of down-home music stars like Adam, Margot Value, Sheryl Crow, and Jason Isabel communicating their dislike for the realistic substance and verses of the tune Honorary Pathway is essentially combusting with outrage. They assault him for being brutal bigot and unauthentic for not making his own specialty and composing his own verses. Wow, nobody likes being gotten down on their innovativeness. Yet it seems to be these music heavyweights are determined to get revenge, tending to the allegations head-on. Jason didn't avoid sharing his side of the story. He tweeted these references are meritless as well as hazardous. There is certainly not a solitary verse in the melody that references race or focuses to it. And there is certainly not a solitary video cut that isn't genuine news film, and keeping in mind that I can attempt to regard others to have their own translation of a melody with music. This one goes excessively far, in a strong demonstration of fortitude. The general population is tossing their weight behind Jason, commending his message of inclusivity and fellowship. Regardless of one's experience or convictions, fans are remarking and tweeting their ardent regard for Jason and his courage, notwithstanding unfairness. This truly makes us question whether media foundations actually have this influence over popular assessment. Before we dig profound into the contention, my Goss fans, I might want to draw a disclaimer out into the open. It is urgent for the delicate subject of mass shootings, as it might set areas of strength for off. How about we handle this with care, compassion, and regard, perceiving the potential responsive qualities included its memorables vital. The subject of our tattle is people with feelings we will generally neglect exist. In view of this, we should move toward the subject nicely aware of the different encounters and sensations of those impacted in a charging Cincinnati show. He left his fans in wonderment with a good location. I saw down-home music fans rally as I've never seen, and it was pretty boss. I must say thank you, folks. Such a great amount with this sincere, significant, and energetic appreciation. He recognized the force of down-home music aficionados, energizing more than ever a genuine boss. Second, in the midst of any analysis, his only guard laid on a common longing for security against mass shootings, as he expected a reality where all stand joined battling wrongdoing and segregation. He reported, you sort of have the very esteems, the very rules that I have, which is we need to take our children to a film and not stress over some approaching in that frame of mind up the theater. His central goal, repeated, make a place of refuge for their kids and people in the future. Bravo, Jason, for utilizing your foundation to join together and motivate your committed fans on this strong excursion in spite of the devastating kickback. We will notice your unnerving admonition, Jason. Since it appears as though the media is on a mission to control us, our eyes are completely open, and the drapes have been pulled back on the Hollywood tip. Top shocking jokes, the contention proceeds to winding and unleash destruction like a cyclone in the rainstorm season. So pick your sides and lock in your frenzy rooms, since things are simply going to heighten from to a great extent. You have it, tattle aficionados. The thrill ride rides through the show, encompassing Jason Aldean's music video, has reached an arresting resolution. Yet don't stress, the tattle factory never pauses, and we'll be here prepared to bring you additional sizzling updates and tantalizingly shocking titles in the realm of VIPs and diversion. Make sure to like, buy in, and hit that notice chime so you never miss a snapshot of the captivating tattle activity. I couldn't want anything more than to hear your contemplations on this multitude of VIP ventures, so certainly leave your remarks underneath. Until next time, keep it spectacular, keep it delicious, and keep that tattle discharge copying. Bye, sweetheart.